What if I told you that a simple penny, one that you might find in your pocket, could be worth more than 1,000 times its face value? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, the 1952 Lincoln penny is just such a coin. In this video, we'll explore why this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth a small fortune and what makes it so rare and valuable. Stick around because you won't believe how much it's worth. The 1952 Lincoln penny is part of the famous series of pennies that feature Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. Minted by the U.S. Mint in San Francisco, the S Mint mark on the reverse tells you exactly where it was made. While the 1952 penny might seem like any other coin from the mid-20th century, it has a special place in the hearts of coin collectors and investors. But why? Let's dive into its rarity. The 1952 penny was minted at a time when coin production was in full swing, with millions of these pennies being made. However, it's the specific characteristics of the 1952 that set it apart. Most of these coins are not rare by themselves, but when you factor in things like condition, minting errors, and how well the coin has aged, that's when the value skyrockets. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. A typical 1952 penny in average circulated condition might be worth only a few cents. But in pristine, uncirculated condition, it can fetch a price in the hundreds of dollars. There are a few key reasons the 1952 Lincoln penny has the potential to reach such extraordinary values. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the mintage. The U.S. Mint produced over 130 million 1952 pennies, which seems like a lot, right? But the survival rate of these coins in high-grade condition is much lower than you might think. Many of them were heavily circulated and worn down over time. Second, we need to mention coin errors. The 1952 Lincoln penny is not known for having a lot of significant minting errors, but some coins with slight double strikes or unusual die cracks have been found. These errors can add hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars to the coin's value. Lastly, the overall demand for rare coins has increased significantly over the years. More and more collectors are now seeking out high-grade 1952 pennies, and this competition has driven up prices. While the 1952 may not be the rarest penny ever made, it stands out due to its combination of factors. It's not just the minting year that adds value, but the incredible rarity of finding one in mint or near-mint condition. Coins that are still in perfect shape after 70-plus years are always going to be highly sought after by collectors. But here's the thing, to really make your 1952 penny worth millions, it needs to be in exceptional condition. We're talking about coins that are graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. So, how much could a 1952 Lincoln penny actually be worth in today's market? Well, it's all about the grade. A high-quality example of this penny, graded MS65 or better, has been sold for up to $50,000 or more at auction in the past. For pennies that are in near-perfect condition or have rare minting errors, the value could skyrocket even more. There are some reports of coins fetching prices as high as $1 million, depending on rarity and condition. So, how can you tell if your 1952 penny could be worth millions? First, look at the condition. If it looks shiny and well-preserved, you might have something special on your hands. If it's a bit worn, it might still hold some value, but it's probably not going to break the bank. Next, check for any minting errors. Look for things like doubling on the date, or the inscription, or any unusual die cracks. These could make your coin more valuable. If you're unsure about its value, consider getting it professionally graded. So there you have it. The 1952 Lincoln penny may seem like an ordinary coin, but in the right condition, it could be worth millions of dollars. If you find one of these pennies in your pocket change, take a closer look. You could be holding on to a small fortune. 1967 Lincoln cent with no mint mark. This penny is often overlooked, but in the right condition, it can be worth a lot more than you might expect. Stay tuned as we explore its history, rarity, and most importantly, its current market value. The 1967 Lincoln penny is a part of the series of coins that were minted to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It's made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, a standard composition for the time. What makes this coin particularly interesting is that it was struck in 1967 without a mint mark. For those of you who don't know, U.S. coins are typically marked with a mint mark to indicate where they were minted: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. However, during 1967, the Philadelphia Mint didn't add a mint mark to most of the coins produced there, including the Lincoln cent. That's why, when you come across a 1967 penny with no mint mark, you'll know it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Now, you might be wondering why this penny is so valuable despite seeming like just another standard issue. Well, the rarity of a coin significantly influences its value, and the 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is actually much rarer than it seems. While most pennies minted in 1967 were produced with a mint mark, the lack of one makes these pennies more scarce and collectible, especially in higher grades. Coins like these can become highly sought after by collectors looking to complete their collections with all variations of the Lincoln cent series. And as time goes on, the demand for well-preserved specimens only increases. But what makes a 1967 no mint mark penny worth significant money? It all comes down to the condition of the coin. Coins in excellent condition, those that have been preserved well, with minimal wear and sharp details, will fetch a much higher price than coins that are worn down or damaged. The condition of a coin is graded using a scale called the Sheldon scale, ranging from poor to perfect mint state. A coin in mint state, meaning it looks almost as good as the day it was minted, will be worth a lot more than a coin that's heavily circulated. So, what is the current market value of a 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark? At its most basic, a 1967 Lincoln penny in average circulated condition may only be worth a few cents, just like any other common penny. However, if you have a high-grade example of this coin, say in MS-65 or MS-66 condition, you could see the value jump to around $50 to $150. But here's where it gets even more exciting. If you happen to find a 1967 no mint mark penny that is graded higher, say MS-67 or even MS-68, its value could shoot up dramatically. Coins in these grades have sold for as much as $500 to $1,000 or more, depending on the demand at the time. And for the really rare and pristine specimens, if you're lucky enough to own a 1967 penny in perfect uncirculated condition, it could potentially be worth upwards of $2,000 or even more in certain markets. Yes, you heard that right, up to a couple of $1,000. If you think you might have a valuable 1967 no mint mark penny, the first thing you'll want to do is check its condition. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect it closely for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. If it's still shiny and well detailed, you might just have a hidden gem on your hands. Next, consider getting your coin professionally graded by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll assign a grade to your coin, which will determine its value in the market. A professional certification not only increases your coin's value but also provides authenticity, which is crucial for serious collectors. In conclusion, the 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny is more than just a standard coin. It's a potential treasure waiting to be discovered. If you have one of these pennies in excellent condition, you could be holding on to a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, take a moment to dig through your collection or check your pocket change. You never know what rare coins you might find. 1968 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. This penny has caught the attention of many collectors due to its rarity and potential market value. So, let's get into the details of what makes this coin so special, its current worth, and why it could be worth more than you might think. Overview of the 1968 Lincoln penny. First off, let's talk about the basics of the 1968 Lincoln penny. This coin is part of the long-running series of pennies featuring Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909. The 1968 penny was minted as part of the regular annual coinage, but what sets this particular penny apart is that it was struck without a mint mark. Typically, U.S. coins will have a mint mark located on the obverse, near the date, indicating which U.S. mint facility produced the coin, either the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco Mint. However, the 1968 penny without a mint mark is thought to have been produced in Philadelphia, where they did not use mint marks on coins during that time. Why is the 1968 no mint mark penny special? The 1968 no mint mark penny isn't special just because it lacks a mint mark. This omission could be a result of a variety of factors such as production errors, unusual mintage practices, or even simply an accident on the coin press. In fact, most coins of this era do not stand out in terms of rarity, as they were produced in massive numbers. However, it is the scarcity of the specific no mint mark version that raises the curiosity and potential value for collectors. This specific 1968 penny is often examined by coin experts and numismatists to determine whether it holds any unique features that could significantly boost its value in the marketplace. Current market value of the 1968 no mint mark penny. Now, let's talk numbers. As of now, the 1968 Lincoln penny with no mint mark isn't among the most expensive pennies on the market, but it does have some intriguing potential. If you look at average prices for a 1968 no mint mark penny in typical circulated condition, it's worth around 1 to 3 cents, just a little more than face value. However, when in uncirculated or gem condition, the price can significantly rise. Some of the rare, uncirculated 1968 no mint mark pennies have been sold for up to $50 or more, depending on their condition, grading, and the specific market demand at the time of sale. In some cases, professional grade coins, those graded MS65 or higher by major grading services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch even higher prices. Is the 1968 no mint mark penny worth $1 million? Now, here's where the excitement comes in. While the 1968 no mint mark penny might not currently be selling for millions of dollars, its potential in the market is growing. Rare varieties of coins, especially those with interesting production anomalies, have seen their values soar in recent years, and the 1968 penny has the potential to follow suit. If there were a confirmed error with the 1968 penny, such as an unusual die crack or other rare characteristics, it could increase its value exponentially. Some collectors have paid millions for one-of-a-kind coins with similar characteristics, and the market for rare U.S. coins is highly volatile, meaning the value of any coin, including the 1968 no mint mark penny, could skyrocket. So, while this particular penny isn't quite $1 million coin yet, it's definitely one that every serious collector should keep an eye on. With time and the right circumstances, you never know how much it could appreciate in value, especially if new discoveries about its minting process or rarity are made. In conclusion, while the 1968 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny might not be worth $1 million today, it holds potential for significant growth in value, especially for collectors who focus on rarities and historical anomalies. If you have one of these pennies in your collection, it's worth holding on to, especially if it's in excellent condition. And if you happen to come across one at a coin shop or in circulation, keep an eye out, it might be your ticket to a future treasure. 1973 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a piece of history that holds more value than you might think. Let's explore its current market value, what makes it stand out, and how it could potentially be worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. Now, let's talk about the 1973 Lincoln penny. At first glance, this coin might look like your average penny, copper-colored, with President Abraham Lincoln's face on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll see that this penny can be worth so much more, depending on a few key factors. Produced at the Denver Mint in 1973, the 1973 Lincoln penny is known for its durability, but there are a few specific characteristics that collectors are always on the lookout for when it comes to determining value. First, let's talk about the mint mark. The D on this penny indicates that it was minted at the Denver Mint. While the mint mark itself doesn't directly impact the value, it's essential because the 1973 penny is part of a series of pennies that were issued during a time of major change in U.S. coinage. Collectors often seek out coins from specific mints, and the Denver Mint plays a significant role in this. Now, When it comes to evaluating the value of any coin, including the 1973 penny, condition is everything. Most of the coins in circulation today are in what we call circulated condition, meaning they've been used and worn down over time. But if you're lucky enough to find a 1973 penny that's in uncirculated or mint state condition, you could be looking at a pretty decent amount of money. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with a few stages in between. A 1973 penny in brilliant uncirculated BU condition could be worth several dollars, sometimes more if there's a particular error or feature that makes it stand out. Speaking of errors, the 1973 penny does have a few known varieties and error coins that can boost its value significantly. One of the most common errors is the double die variety. In these coins, the image of Lincoln, or other details on the coin, appear to be slightly doubled. This happens when the die that stamps the coin is misaligned during the minting process. Double die coins are especially sought after by collectors, and if you happen to find a 1973 Lincoln penny with this error, you could see its value rise into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the condition and the extent of the error. So, what's the current market value of a 1973 Lincoln penny? Well, if it's a regular circulated coin, it's still worth just 1 cent, just like any other penny in circulation. However, if your coin is in uncirculated condition, it could be worth anywhere from $2 to $10 or more, depending on the quality and any potential errors. For rare varieties like the double die, the price can soar. Some collectors have been known to pay anywhere from $50 to $500 for a high-grade example of a 1973 double die penny. If you happen to own a rare or pristine example, you could even see prices pushing into the thousands. Now, we come to the part that most of you are probably wondering about. Could the 1973 Lincoln penny be worth millions of dollars? While most of the coins you find in your pocket are unlikely to reach that level of value, there are always exceptions. Rare errors, limited runs, and pristine specimens can sometimes skyrocket in value, especially if there's a specific demand from collectors. For a 1973 penny to reach the $1 million mark, it would have to be in truly flawless, uncirculated condition with an incredibly rare error or variety, something that collectors are eager to pay top dollar for. So, while it's not impossible, the chances of finding a $1 million 1973 penny are slim. But don't let that discourage you from hunting for rare finds. How to find a valuable 1973 Lincoln penny? If you want to start looking for valuable 1973 pennies, your best bet is to check any rolls of pennies you might have lying around. Visit your local coin shops, attend coin shows, and keep an eye out for any unusual coins. You want to pay particular attention to the condition of the coin, and be sure to check for any errors or varieties that might make it stand out from the rest. So, there you have it. While the 1973 Abraham Lincoln penny may not be worth millions for most people, it certainly holds a special place in the world of coin collectors. If you come across one in great condition, or even better, one with an error or unique variety, you could have yourself a valuable coin on your hands. Keep searching, keep learning, and who knows, the next rare find could be in your pocket. 1990 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This particular coin is one that might just be hiding in your spare change, and you might not even know its true value. If you've ever wondered whether your 1990 penny is worth more than 1 cent, stick around as we explore how this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth millions of dollars. Let's start with the basics. The 1990 Lincoln penny, like every coin in the U.S. Mint series, was produced with Abraham Lincoln's likeness on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. However, what makes some of these pennies incredibly valuable is the absence of a mint mark, which makes them stand out. Normally, a mint mark indicates where a coin was produced. The 1990 penny, like most pennies, was typically struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't put a mint mark on its coins during that year. So, when we talk about the 1990 no mint mark penny, we're discussing a coin from Philadelphia, and that's a key feature of these valuable pieces. But the real intrigue comes from the fact that not all 1990 pennies are created equal. The market value of a 1990 penny depends on several key factors: its condition, its rarity, and its potential for certain minting errors. Now, let's get into the real reason why this penny could be worth so much money. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. A 1990 penny that has been circulating for years with scratches, discoloration, or visible wear won't fetch much on the market. Coins that are in mint condition or close to it, without any noticeable damage, are far more desirable to collectors. In fact, a 1990 penny in uncirculated condition, or a coin graded at MS65 or higher, could see its value rise significantly. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Some 1990 pennies are valuable due to minting errors. While most pennies from this year are common, there are certain error coins that could fetch thousands, or even millions, of dollars. These include double die obverse errors, where the engraving appears twice on the front of the coin, or off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned. These are rare, and if you find one in your collection, you might want to get it appraised. So, what are we talking about in terms of market value? A typical 1990 Lincoln penny in average condition is worth, well, 1 cent. That's the truth for most coins of this era. However, for pennies in MS65 or higher condition, prices can jump into the range of $10 to $20. If you happen to come across a 1990 penny with a rare minting error or an exceptional condition, the value can skyrocket. Some error coins have been sold for thousands of dollars, and in some rare cases, depending on the error and the grade, they could reach the $1 million mark. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million coins exist even for coins as humble as the 1990 penny. You might be wondering, how can I tell if my 1990 penny is worth more than just its face value? Here are some things to look for. Check the condition. Look for any obvious signs of wear and tear. A coin with minimal scratches, dents, or discoloration is more likely to be in mint condition. Look for minting errors. As mentioned, double die errors or off-center strikes are highly prized. You'll need to carefully inspect the front and back of the coin for any irregularities. A magnifying glass or a loupe might help you spot the details. Get it graded. If you think you have a valuable 1990 penny, the next step is to have it professionally graded by a service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. A high-quality grade will increase the value, especially for rare minting errors. If you find yourself with a 1990 penny that could be worth thousands or more, where can you sell it? Well, there are a few options. Websites like eBay are great platforms for selling rare coins. Just make sure to provide detailed photos and a clear description. Many professional coin dealers are willing to buy rare and valuable coins. Look for reputable dealers who can offer fair prices. To sum it all up, the 1990 no mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is not just another coin you'll find in your pocket change. With the right condition, minting errors, and a bit of luck, your 1990 penny could be worth far more than a single cent. It could be worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Always remember that rarity, condition, and errors are the keys to determining the true market value of any coin, including this one. So, next time you come across a 1990 penny, take a moment to inspect it. Who knows? It could be the hidden treasure you've been looking for. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on how to spot valuable coins, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below if you've found any rare coins in your collection. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! 1992 Lincoln penny may just surprise you. Known for its subtle, yet intriguing rarity, this coin has stirred the curiosity of collectors and investors alike. But the big question is, how much is it really worth? Let's break it down. The 1992 Lincoln penny features the iconic Abraham Lincoln design, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the reverse showing the Lincoln Memorial. Now, the D mint mark on this penny signifies that it was minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the United States' primary minting facilities. Coins like these were mass-produced, with over 7 billion 1992 pennies minted. So, naturally, most of these coins are not worth much at all. In fact, a regular 1992 penny in average circulation condition is only worth its face value of 1 cent. But here's where things get interesting. this penny isn't always just a penny. So, what makes the 1992 penny special, and why does it have some collectors paying top dollar for it? Well, it all comes down to errors. The most common and valuable type of 1992 penny that collectors are after is one with a unique error, specifically, the famous double die error. The double die error occurs during the minting process when a coin is struck more than once, causing the images to appear doubled. On the 1992 penny, this error can often be spotted on the date, or the word Liberty on the obverse side. For those who know what they're looking for, these pennies can fetch impressive prices. But here's the catch: these error coins are rare. You won't find them in your pocket change, and they certainly don't appear in every 1992 penny. So, how much can you expect to get for one of these error pennies? Depending on the condition of the coin and the rarity of the error, a 1992 double die penny can be worth anywhere from a few $100s to as much as $1,000 or more if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition. But, and here's the exciting part, some rare finds have sold for even higher prices, sometimes reaching into the millions if the error is especially dramatic or the coin is graded perfectly. Now, while most 1992 pennies won't be making their way into the $1 million club, it's important to remember that the coin market is ever-changing. If you're lucky enough to find a genuine 1992 penny with a double die error in mint condition, you could be holding a small fortune right in the palm of your hand. So, how do you know if you've found one of these valuable pennies? Start by carefully inspecting the coin. Look for signs of doubling on the date, the word Liberty, or even on the motto "In God We Trust." If you think you've found a rare one, get it professionally graded by an expert coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate it. To sum up, while the 1992 Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin, its rare double die error version could potentially be worth thousands, or even millions, depending on its condition. If you're a collector or investor, keep your eyes peeled, because you never know when the next big find could be in your change. 1995 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. If you're wondering about the current market value and whether this penny could be worth a lot more than 1 cent, you're in the right place. Grab your magnifying glass and let's get into it. Introduction to the 1995 No Mint Mark penny. The 1995 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is a unique coin in the world of numismatics. As many of you may know, most U.S. coins have a mint mark, which tells you where they were produced. This particular penny, however, is special because it lacks the mint mark entirely, which was an anomaly in the minting process. In 1995, the United States Mint was producing pennies in Philadelphia, but some coins were struck without the traditional mint mark, making them stand out. While this isn't the most common error, it is still a fascinating find for collectors and an important piece of history. Why it's valuable now, you might be asking. Why is this coin so valuable? The answer lies in rarity and the interest that collectors have in minting errors and anomalies. In the world of coin collecting, an error coin or an unusual variation can often hold more value than a regular coin. In the case of the 1995 No Mint Mark penny, it's a great example of how certain variations can cause a shift in a coin's value. This coin's value is driven by its rarity and the condition it's in. Typically, a 1995 penny from Philadelphia with a mint mark would be worth just 1 cent, as it is a common coin. However, the no mint mark variant is highly sought after. Condition matters too. A 1995 no mint mark penny in excellent condition could fetch a much higher price than one with significant wear and tear. Current market value of the 1995 no mint mark penny. So, how much is the 1995 no mint mark penny worth today? Well, it all depends on its condition. Let's break it down. In circulated condition, a 1995 no mint mark penny in circulated condition, which means it has been used in daily transactions and has wear, may still be worth between $1 to $5. While it's not a massive amount, it's still a nice premium above the coin's face value. In uncirculated condition, a 1995 no mint mark penny that has been well preserved and kept in pristine, uncirculated condition could be worth considerably more. Prices for these coins can range from $10 to $20 or even higher, depending on demand and collector interest. If you happen to have a 1995 no mint mark penny graded at mint state 65 or above, meaning it's almost perfect with minimal signs of wear, it could be worth upwards of $50 to $100. These are considered to be rare and are highly prized by collectors. Professional auction sales. For those of you who have a 1995 no mint mark penny that is absolutely flawless and graded at a higher level, MS 67 or higher, the value could skyrocket. In some cases, these coins have been sold at professional auctions for well over $100. In fact, the most coveted versions of this coin could reach into the $200 to $300 range if they have the right grade and provenance. Now, let's talk about the big question: can a 1995 no mint mark penny be worth millions of dollars? While it's highly unlikely for a 1995 no mint mark penny to ever be valued in the millions, the possibility of a dramatic price surge exists in rare cases. Coin values can fluctuate based on market trends, the rarity of particular pieces, and the desires of wealthy collectors. However, the vast majority of these coins will not reach the $1 million mark. Still, there have been cases in the world of rare coins where a seemingly ordinary penny can fetch an astronomical price. This is more likely with even rarer minting errors, such as the 1943 copper penny, which has fetched millions at auction. But for the 1995 no mint mark penny, the expectation is more realistic. It's certainly valuable, but it's unlikely to break into the millions anytime soon. So, how can you tell if you've got a 1995 no mint mark penny worth a pretty penny? Here are a few tips. Examine the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass to check the coin for any mint mark. It should be missing entirely. Compare it with other 1995 pennies to make sure there's no mint mark above the date. Look at the condition. If your penny has scratches, discoloration, or significant wear, it will affect its value. A clean, well-maintained coin in pristine condition will be worth more. Get it graded. If you suspect you have a valuable penny, consider getting it professionally graded by a reputable service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. A higher grade will increase its value substantially. And that's a wrap on our exploration of the 1995 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. It's a great reminder that not every penny is created equal, and sometimes, the smallest anomalies can lead to valuable finds. Whether your coin is worth a few dollars or potentially much more, it's always exciting to learn about the hidden treasures that lie in your pocket change. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting content, and share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Have you found a rare penny or another valuable coin? We'd love to hear about it.